Hey guys, I'm Etta Moore,
And I'm Asher Fink.
and today we got to speak to 4 college deans of admissions to answer the student body's most pressing questions.
We talked to representatives from Dartmouth, Duke, Howard, and UT Austin. Here's what they said. Of all the stops you made on your tour today, which one impressed you the most?
This spot. Now, the reason why I say that is because as an undergraduate, I did mass communications. And this is amazing to have this in a high school. So you have so many resources that are available to you. So I just think this is my favorite spot because this is kind of like my jam. Thank you.
Yeah, and the question I wanted to ask is, what are you guys looking for in an applicant? What is one thing that you guys are kind of holding at the top of your list?
How many minutes do we have for that?
As long as you want.
I mean, the most important thing is you have to be yourself when you're telling your story. The most important thing is the quality of your transcript and your ability to do the work on each of our campuses. And the good news is most of you coming out of Westminster are going to pass that criteria. And then the second more determinative factor is going to be your narrative. How do you lean into what you do, where you do it, why you do it? This space is a good example of something that I think you all really love, clearly, and your degree of passion around broadcasting is going to come through your application, and we will notice that. And that counts.
And thirdly, what's an aspect of your school's community that sort of sets it apart from others?
Well, I'll go ahead and start by speaking just briefly about Duke. And one of the things that I always enjoy when I get to visit schools is to get the feel for the place. And one of the things I will say to the Westminster community is that I see that students who've embraced the opportunities here as really, really great matches for a place like Duke, where students are combining their intellectual experiences in the classroom with signature experiences that enhance that, and then in a spirited, joyful community. And the fact that that sense of spirit, that sense of community is not just at the undergraduate level, graduate level, it's the faculty, it's the staff, it's our alumni who are extremely excited about being part of the Duke community.
Yeah. These are all great schools, and there's a lot of great schools that you all have access to. When I think about the University of Texas, I think about the trifecta. We got a great city. We're in the city of Austin. Wonderful place to be a college student. Not a great place to be a broke college student, but a great place to be a college student. Great athletic tradition. And so that spirit that you would expect from a large, public flagship institution, but then also challenging academics. So it's very rare to see all three of those. And I think we represent that.
Sure. Howard is, as we like to say, one of one. So founded in a mission rooted in access in a city, Washington, D.C., that is unlimited in terms of possibility. We like to say that our campuses are our labs. So the same way you're embracing how to prepare yourself for a career in industry, we provide opportunities for students to lean in regardless of major or aspiration of interest. I think that the significance about being a Research One institution is you combine not only the historical mission of access with the opportunity to lean forward into innovative and cutting edge research, and then the historical legacy that all of our students are carrying on or carrying forward also is very meaningful, not just within the Black community, but the global community as well.
Okay. And Dartmouth is unique in being a Research One university in the woods. We are located 2 hours from Boston in the North Woods of New Hampshire. And what that does for the 4,500 undergraduates on our campus is it's this really deep sense of community framed by where we are. And wrapped around that right now is a commitment to dialogue. And to say we live together in a globally drawn student body from lots of different backgrounds. And for that to work, we have to listen. We have to find common ground when we differ. And we have to model this civil discourse, because you will graduate into a world where you need to lead, and lead by listening.
Yeah, I mean, Asher, I feel like I can relate to that, and you too, just because you're both here since pre-first, so this is our 12th year here, and like, I feel like when I step onto campus, it's like everyone wants to be here. And I feel like you guys all kind of talked about that, just like the integrity. And I just think that I really agree. I think if we have time for one more question, I know Asher asked if what your favorite spot was, but was there a program that stood out to you the most that kind of caught your attention?
I'd love to say the January program. I want to do it. I heard so many of the different opportunities described, and what a wonderful. I think one of the counselors mentioned it as almost a reset before the second semester begins, and really just a chance to explore in interdisciplinary ways, something you love. That's the essence of learning, is not just let me check off all the boxes that colleges are going to be looking for, which we know you have to do, but also really being able to engage in something that you love. That was mine.
Two, actually. One is independent study for very similar reasons, but what also impressed me the most was the Wellness Center. This is an opportunity for you to embrace who you are fully and to be unapologetic in your needs for additional support, which is a huge foundational boost for when you go off to post-secondary education. And we don't see a lot of students who own their full selves. And so as you're preparing to go into not only college, but in industry, understanding who you are and what you need for support and where to maximize your full potential is going to be critical. And you're getting that foundation now, which is essential.
I was impressed with the civil dialogue program. I think several times when the students were explaining it, I was thinking from the standpoint of this is something that we need to do more of throughout the world, let alone let's start with the country. But the idea of being able to have a civil discourse and, listening, and always say that the reason why we have 2 ears and 1 mouth is because we should be listening more than we are talking. So I thought that program was amazing. So I love that it's here.
Yeah, I was also going to say the civil discourse dialogue, whatever you're calling it, it resonated with me as I think about Georgia in the political landscape of the United States. And when colleges, like all of us, recruit outside of our home states, we're looking for people who can bring a perspective from the geography they represent. And so it's clear to me as a New Englander that lots is going on in Georgia. And so having a school in its main city teaching you how to roll up your sleeves, sit around a table together, and have conversation feels really powerful.
Westminster really does have a lot of those amazing programs. Like you were saying about Jan Term, it was so nice when all my other friends from other schools were talking about having to go back to classes or, take their bio test. I was in Florida studying biodiversity and sustainability. What did you do for Jan Term, Meta?
I was doing an internship and I was doing real estate photography and advertising. And so it was amazing because it kind of got like another, like you said, rolling up my sleeves, a real world experience.
Yeah. Well, thank y'all so much for coming to visit Westminster. We really appreciate it here. And we're very excited to see y'all later tonight at the Dean's Day panel. Thank you.
Thank you. And cut.